Within the first 11 days of August, something is going to happen to you. You're literally going to have an unforgettable experience. It is not only about this unforgettable experience, but it's also about the fact that your eyes are going to be opened like never, ever before. And this in itself is going to make a major impact on your life, because it's going to remind you of exactly who you are. It's going to remind you of exactly what you want to do. It's going to remind you of exactly what your dream is. And this, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's going to become the moment in time where literally impossible is about to become possible. It is all gonna lead towards an absolutely mind-blowing opportunity right at the end of August, which is going to help you to speed so much up in your life in order to get to destination which is gonna change your life forever. Absolutely remarkable indeed. The month of August is going to play an absolutely major role when it comes to your life in general, and this experience which you are going to have within the first 11 days of August is going to change your life in the best possible way. It's like, oh my God. When it comes to the actual numerology, now your number is 87, and that means that within the first 7 days of August you are gonna become aware of a progress in your life, what exactly has brought this progress. But also at the same time, as soon as you become aware of this progress, which within the first 7 days of August, you're also going to have a really amazing realization, a really amazing idea. And this idea that you are going to have, it's like so important for you to understand that this is directly connected to your life purpose, to your soul purpose, and this is gonna feel more like a spiritual experience rather than anything else. It's all gonna be pointing out pointing out. It's all gonna be pointing out towards something that you are really good at, something that you are really great at, and something that is so beautifully and gorgeously unique you. Something that's so unique to you and to this experience on this earth. This is why this is gonna feel like like you are in a completely different dimension. In fact, the whole month of August, it is going to seem a kind of dreamy, but a very good dreamy, because this dreamy energy which you are gonna benefit from like there is no tomorrow throughout the month of August, it's also going to be your sign that the more dreamy you feel, you know, the more do you feel on a specific days, the more you're gonna realize through the power of your, when it comes to your intuition, especially when it comes to the actual 1st of August, 11th of August, and the 21st of August. These 3 days, you know, these 3 dates, you know, the energy is gonna be so much more dreamy. But this is also gonna this also means to you that psychically and intuitive, you are gonna kind of understand so much on those days. So if you want to do something really kind of smart, if you want to do something where like you feel like you need to kind of like really express yourself in a certain way, oh my God, try to do things within these days. If you want to express yourself, if you want to have an important conversation, if you want to do something significant that involves other people, for the love of God, you need to understand that if you do it within these three days, or if you do on these three days, not only you're gonna come out with so many things that is gonna surprise you, you can't go wrong. You will do things absolutely top notch. You can't go wrong. You can only go right. But along the same time, you know, at the same time, you find out you impress who you want to impress. You do what you want to do. But at the same time, you have a power to actually actually find out so much more about yourself, because every single time when you impress someone or do something that you wouldn't normally do, or you do it in a slightly different way, this in itself creates a different energy, and that different energy is like kind of attached to like a specific part of your life that you are going to be reminded at that time that needs more of your energy, for example. So this is how interesting things are going to be, my gorgeous Virgolini. Like, oh my God, not only within these 3 specific days, of course, but throughout the month of August, like in so many different ways. This is so important because also you are going to have a control over this particular obstacle that was preventing you to be yourself. There was this specific obstacle that was affecting your energy, that was affecting your confidence, and this specific obstacle happened only because, you know, something happened within the last year or so that terribly slowed you down. Something happened to you a year ago that terribly slowed you down. You know, you suffered some kind of injustice, and you know this. You were aware of this. You were aware of this from the very beginning, but because you didn't, you know, you decided to carry on. You knew after this moment in time you have to carry on, but you knew that something is not right. Something is not right. It's not only that something seems not right, but something is literally not right, and you knew this. It's to do with some kind of injustice, you know. Maybe somebody didn't notice you because like different person was pushed like in front of you, and you know what I mean, and then you knew that that's not right because maybe, you know, you were like a part of some kind of challenge or some kind of competition, and then maybe, you know, you felt some kind of injustice, and you're absolutely right because you know who you are, you know what you can do, you know how amazing your work, whatever this is, you know, for example. But almost as if you became aware of some kind of injustice, some kind of person or some kind of people were pushed right in front of you, not because of something great that they did, for example, but because of something else, and that doesn't have anything to do with that particular work or something that you've been doing or something that you were trying to achieve or something that you were trying to kind of like a really, you know, something that you were working on, you know. So this in itself has created, you know, it slowed you down. I really hope that this is not too confusing, my gorgeous Virgolini. I'm sorry, but this happened within the last year and it slowed you down. But you're clever, you're smart. Instead of like, whoa, screaming, and instead of like, you know, throwing your toys in the air, you know, but you just decided to carry on. And now this is brilliant. It took a whole year for you to kind of come out something, and bless your heart because you were stubborn and you knew that something wasn't right, and at the time when you knew that something wasn't right, you decided to still carry on, and that's exactly the right thing to do. You know, sometimes in this life, for example, if things are always like superb, if things are always like amazing, and if everybody's always successful and nobody hasn't got any problems, no baby, no, that's not the way it's meant to be. We always have to deal with the certain issues. You see what I mean? This is the way it is. It means that we have to like repair the certain part of our spiritual journey, but by repairing, I mean by understanding it, and by understanding certain things about ourselves. We just need to kind of like go through the certain amount of time in order to learn, in order to reflect, and then we see things in a completely different light. And it's also not always good if somebody's just always down, if somebody's always negative, if somebody's always sad, or if somebody's always unsuccessful with so many different parts of, you know, that person's lives. And that's not good either, you see, where each way persistent things are not good, and each way you're learning different things about yourself. Something is always bad and something is not right. You need to change one particular thing about yourself, and you will see it's going to bring the whole world of opportunities, you know. And then if something is always like great, if things are always great, happy, amazing, you know, then again, something is not right, you know. It's like a sign that, you know, very soon maybe there is going to be some kind of a challenge that you're going to need to deal with. But the challenges are necessary on our spiritual journey. This is what I'm trying to say here, indeed. So, and you know, this obstacle that I say, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So now you're going to have like a control over that particular obstacle that happened like within the last year, because that particular progress that I've said, you know, that you're actually going to become aware of, there is a progress that you're going to become aware of, and now you're going to realize, oh, thank God. And this is why you're going to be reminded within the last year that something happened and something slowed you down, and you suffered like injustice terribly, you know, and this is not good. This is not good whatsoever. So now you will see, oh, thank God, not that you had to do anything about it. When I said that you're gonna have a control over this, that's an obstacle that was created within the last year, and the obstacle affected you, like maybe you felt a little bit sad and a little bit down and a little bit negative, and you got bored a little bit as well with things that you were doing, because you just wanted more and more and more out of life. But then again, sometimes, you know, it is not possible to kind of like get to the destination where we want to get so quick. It would be fantastic, but you know, at least this lasted, you know, just 1 year. Can you imagine? It could have been much longer. So this is why this is going to be absolutely brilliant. You've suffered from some kind of injustice, and now you are, for the first time in 1 year, you are going to have a control over this. And when I say control over this, of course, I mean by becoming aware of this progress. Thank God for that. This is so important. You know why? Because this within the last year was affecting. This is why I get so worried. Why I get so worried here. It's not only about energy. It's not only about you feeling down. It's not only about you feeling negative. You just haven't felt yourself as such, and that was affecting you in such a way where you could not be your authentic self. And that is like a big mama, big no-no, when you're not able to be your authentic self. So now you are gonna be able to be your authentic self, and that in itself, it's really going to help you to release your potential, and you know, and at the same time to let go and be what you wanna be. Let go and be, do what you wanna be, let go and be, and just like basically focus towards that particular destination where you want to get. Because now, my gorgeous Virgolini, you're gonna realize you are halfway there. That's exactly how this is actually going to feel, like you're halfway there. And this in itself, it's really kind of gonna be a really within the last like about 10 to 11 12 days of August. By then, you within the last 10 11 12 days of August, within the last 10 11 12, yeah, something like that, within the last 10 11 or 12 days of August, by then you will be traveling somewhere, you will be gone somewhere, you will be going somewhere. Whether this is going to be a big journey, whether this is going to be a small journey, it really doesn't matter. It's about this mind-blowing experience which you are going to have when it comes to that particular journey when you go there. So you will be going somewhere, you know, at around the mid-August towards the end of August, but it's more about the experience which you are going to have, because someone completely out of this world, like it's gonna seem like this person is like in a different dimension, this person is living in a different world, this person is from somewhere else. You're gonna come across this man or this woman, it doesn't matter who this person is going to be, but the first thing that you're gonna think, what is this person doing there? You're gonna see this person by themselves somewhere, but that's your first thought. What is this person doing there? Maybe it's gonna be somewhere in the middle of the forest or something. And then you're gonna look at this person, and then you're gonna think like, but this person looks like it's from a completely different time. Okay, And then that in itself, it's really going to make you feel like there is something so unusual about that person. Then you're going to notice something even more unusual. There is something that this person is going to have around their neck, which is going to get your attention. Maybe some kind of a crystal or some kind of a chain. And you're going to feel very, very drawn towards it indeed. And you are going to have a conversation with this person. This person, like a really deep conversation. And you're going to be surprised how much this person knows and how much is this person aware of certain things, you know, maybe about the world and blah blah blah, but you are just going to be like completely like, oh my god, surprised. Oh my god, this is someone really really wise, this is someone really really clever, this is someone who knows exactly what is going on, this is what is going to be on your mind. I'm sorry, this is someone who knows exactly what is going on, and I'm just gonna leave this to you, what this is, how you're gonna feel at that moment in time, and what you are going to realize towards the end of this conversation, and what this person is going to suggest to you. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. First of all, it's going to seem something ludicrous, and then later on you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. This in itself, it's going to actually help you to open your eyes even further, but also it's going to help you to realize that now it's time to turn your life upside down, baby, completely. This is what this person is going to tell you along these lines, that you have to turn your life upside down, almost as if you're going to ask that person what a certain dream meant or something like that, and then that person tells you, well, you know what, now it's time for you to turn your life upside down. And you know what, you will be able to understand this like very quickly and very soon and very shortly, because the more as the time goes by, this is going to mean to you more and more and more, and it's going to make more sense. And this was so needed for your personal breakthrough. This is something which is going to give you like which is going to make you very brave like later on, because you know, when it comes to September and October, I'm not being funny, but there are certain moves that you're going to be making that you're going to need to be very very brave in order to do so, and this is going to play a giant role when it comes to it. Yet again, my gorgeous Virgolini, that massive, gorgeous, beautiful, like ooh la la, spiritual domino that you're going to find so beneficial, where you're going to realize how on one hand how everything is connected, but on another hand how wise you are. And I've been telling you this for so long, that you are so different. You are one of the most powerful signs of zodiac. Yeah, that's a fact, if not the most powerful. You're very, very powerful, but very often, as I said, quite misunderstood, because we can be stroppy, we can be like this, we can be like that. Oh, he's too pretty, she's too pretty. Do you know what I mean? So we are very, oh, she's too cold, he's too cold. No, we are not too cold. We just come across like we are cold. It's complete nonsense. We are very often misunderstood, and this is only because of this great energy that we actually have within. Like, oh my god, my gorgeous Virgolini, crazy months indeed. When it comes to the actual nutrition, I highly suggest you what I normally suggest you, which I am probably, I'm certain that you already know what I'm going to suggest. So it's a natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your immune system. It's going to give you energy, but it's also going to be so beneficial when it comes to your sensitive bones. I highly suggest you to take natural vitamin D3, keep on taking it, together with zinc, which is going to boost your immune system, but it's going to be superb for your skin, hair and nails. And the third supplement I highly suggest you is organic chlorella, which has omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's super essential for our mind, for our brain, for our memory, concentration, but also organic chlorella is brilliant to detoxify us from the dangerous metals, and nowadays they're absolutely everywhere. You know by now that I have my vitamins. I decided to make and create my vitamins, which are made with superb quality ingredients. Of course they are, but also at the same time they are without any nasty chemicals, nasty additives and all the crap they put in, and at the same time they're suitable for everybody, vegetarians and vegans and everybody. So here is natural vitamin D3, here is zinc picolinate, and also my gorgeous Virgolini, here is organic chlorella. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, your GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And also my vitamins are still on a half price sale. Get them, they're on a half price sale. You can buy them by clicking on the name of this video. It's going to expand and you will be able to see at the bottom where you can buy these vitamins, or you you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my page is gonna come up that way as well. When it comes to the very first day of August, my gorgeous Virgolini, the very first day is the very first day that I would like to mention right now. It's going to be on the 1st of August. On the 1st of August, you know, basically you will realize exactly. You need to understand this. A lot in July. Yes, I'm saying July. A lot in July. It's going to happen within the last few days at the end of July. Very, very interesting things are going to happen. Very interesting things you're going to see. Very interesting things you're going to come across as well when it comes to the very last few days of July, which is going to lead to this moment in time when it comes to the 1st of August. Yes, I'm on the 1st of August. So you are going to be kind of prepared for this without kind of even realizing this. Through your subconscious mind and through your pineal gland, you know, you will be brought to this moment in your life on the very 1st of August, where you will wake up in the morning nice and fresh, and you will understand this energy is so different. And I did mention before the dreamy energy, but that doesn't mean the dreamy energy doesn't mean that you're not gonna have an energy. That doesn't mean that you're gonna be tired. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna be bothered to do anything. No, baby, no. It's just that the things are gonna seem like from a slightly different dimension, but you're gonna love this. You love when things like that happen. You and Scorpione, you both love when, like, and Capricornius, you know, you all of you love this strange and unusual energy, you know, and you like this. You find yourself in this because at the same time, almost as if you are aware of the fact that you are tapping into a very, very interesting dimensions. So from the very 1st of August, my gorgeous Virgolini, you're gonna wake up in the morning and you will know exactly, oh my God, almost like you're going to have this great sense of urgency to put more energy towards something. You need to understand, this is going to, I need to put more towards something, towards some kind of idea, and towards something that you have been working on, and towards something that you're working on, or towards something that you are trying to do and trying to achieve. I don't need to tell you what this is, because on the very 1st of August, this in itself, my baby, it's going to become absolutely crystal clear here indeed. So you will know, and do not ignore this. Do not ignore this whatsoever. So you will know that you have to, like, you're going to wake up, you will, oh my God, I need to put more energy towards something. You are going to go into this super psychic mode, super intuitive mode. And by putting more energy towards something, you are making this a change. You are already making this alteration. And by the time you get to the 19th of August, by the time you get to the 19th of August 2023, you're already going to become aware of this really, really important opportunity that is going to be connected to this, and that otherwise wouldn't happen if you didn't decide to put more energy towards something when you had this call of your soul or a call of your spirit that you did not ignore, and you're not going to ignore this. So if you feel so kind of like really adamant to put more energy towards something, especially from the first moment you wake up in the morning, you know this is coming from somewhere else, and you know that this is something so important to you. So it's going to lead towards you already having a remarkable opportunity on the 19th of August 2023. Absolutely brilliant. You know you're going to find this opportunity almost a little bit challenging, and this would normally put you off. You would run to the other side like a big mama, but now you're going to be like, no baby, no. So this is all part of this preparation that you've had up until this moment in time. You know why the 1st of August is going to be so important? Because you know this in itself is going to clear so much confusion that you've been going through within the last 5 months. You wanted to start something and then you would like, no. You wanted to go somewhere, then you would like, no. One day you would feel like, yeah, I want to do this so badly. Then the next day you will just wilt like a flower. Do you know what I mean? This all created this confusion that did drain your energy a little bit. So now this in itself, it's all gonna lead on the 1st of August. You know, within the first few days of August, you're already going to have a really kind of like and you're gonna have this really kind of like a bizarre but a rather meaningful experience, like a almost like a little adventure, which is gonna help you to tap into what's to come. You know, it's gonna help you to tap into what's to come, and you're gonna go into this planning mode, because when it happens to that little adventure that you are going to have, there is something that you're going to taste, there is something that you're going to experience, and that couldn't have happened at a better time, okay? Because it is going to show you a kind of what to abandon and what to walk away from, what to move away from, because somehow you will know that you will have some kind of unexpected failure if you don't do this. So this is why this experience and adventure that you're going to have, it's going to be so important, because you will learn something new about yourself, and but at the same time it's going to make you aware of exactly what to walk away from in order to not to have an unexpected failure. And this is brilliant, because this is to do with the discontinuance of something, but then at the same time it's to do with something that has become a very kind of toxic, I hate that word, I really hate that word, very kind of toxic part of your life, okay? And it was kind of holding you down when you shouldn't have been kind of held down. So this was affecting your balance. So anything that affects your balance, you need to stop a little bit and reflect and see why is that happening. But you always follow the same rule. You always put, you know, your passion above everything else. You know, it's so much more important to follow your intuition and what your spirit and what your soul is telling you, rather than doing what somebody else is like telling you to do, who you don't even know, for example. So this is all going to open you up spiritually, but just kind of making you understand that you are very, very different indeed. The second important date, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's actually going to be on the 10th of August. Like, oh my God, on the 10th of August, you are going to have a rather enlightening experience. Like, you see, there is so much that you will be going through. My God, you know, like, you are almost going to, like, how I can explain this? Like, you are going to start living again. Listen to me carefully. I'm not saying that you didn't live again, but because the way things are going to unfold and happen to you one thing after another throughout the month of August, you are going to be so busy. Normally this would put you off, but now you're going to like it. So now this experience that I'm talking about that you're going to have on the 10th of August, this is going to be very, very enlightening experience, because what is going to happen to you, it's going to open your eye, it's going to help you to see bliss, you know, but it's also going to help you to open your eyes to the divine, because it's a lot to do with the self-discovery. And it's not only about the self-discovery moment, but it's more about now it's time to dive in really, really deep indeed. The next important date, it's going to be on the 11th of August. It's like, oh my God, is this every day? The next important date, it's going to be on the 11th of August. And now on the 11th of August, listen to me very carefully before I go there. What else I was going to recommend you, and I know that you're gonna find this so beneficial, my gorgeous Virgolini, throughout August, September, October, and even November. This in itself, too light, it's going to bring, as soon as you wear this, you feel more strong, you feel more powerful, you feel more grounded, you feel more confident, you feel more energetic, you feel like you want to do things that are important to you. And at the same time, it's really kind of fantastic when it comes to breaking distracting habits. Okay, so important. It's fantastic when it comes to breaking distracting habits, and it's also fantastic for fighting addiction. It has a ridiculously powerful effect on your life force energies. So of course that this is absolutely brilliant to wear every single time when you need like a bit more energy, and every time when you need something to balance you out. It balances you out almost immediately. And also if you feel like really anxious and really really kind of like spaced out and like, oh God, you know, then this also like kind of helps you to ground yourself, but at the same time it pushes you towards you following the right things in life, towards you following your passion without any distractions that you might have had. And lots of people who don't understand you, they don't have to be horrible, nasty or negative, but lots of people who can't understand you or don't understand you can have a negative impact on you, you know. So this is why it's always the best to protect yourself with something like this, my gorgeous Virgolini. It's called Thulite, and this in itself comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video, it's going to expand and you will see where you can actually buy this. So the next important date is going to be on the 11th of August. On the 11th of August, yes, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. It is going to be like a bit of like a negative experience, okay? You are going to have a complete and a sudden change here. Something is going to happen. It's really make you it's going to make you a little bit scared, but it is going to kind of like, it's going to throw you out of balance, because this in itself, it's really to do with an unexpected event. But it's not only that. It's an unexpected event where somebody's mask is going to fall. Oh God, my back is hurting me. Sorry, my lower back I've hurt while I was working out. I was not going to say this, but my lower back I've hurt while I was working out in the gym, and the last time I was moaning about my left shoulder. So now my left shoulder is absolutely fine. When I was wearing my hat, my left shoulder is absolutely fine, but I've somehow hurt my lower back just a little bit, nothing major, but when I go forward it's like, oh God, I just like, it's a nerve that I can't help, so I make a noise or a little bit scream or something, you know. But it's like a basically it's I was sitting down and I just pulled. I was on a rowing machine, and as soon as I sat down I pulled it, and I don't know, I just pulled it in a weird way. I've been rowing like for years and years and years, but I have no idea what happened. Maybe the setting wasn't like a maximum, you know. I have no idea, so sorry about my back. So now on the 11th of August, yeah, so it's about this unexpected negative experience that you are going to have, but it's more to do with an unexpected event where you are going to realize somebody's lying, somebody's not who they say that they are. You're going to realize somebody's dishonesty, and you're going to realize how that person also has a really bad influence and impact on so many other people around them. Somebody really nasty and negative, and somebody really insincere, you know, and somebody who's constantly taking advantage of people. And then, you know, this is not going to make you feel sad. This is not going to make you feel negative, but first of all you're going to be like, oh God, you know, thrown out of balance. You're going to be surprised, you're almost going to be shocked a little bit, but then again you are going to be really, really happy. Why? Because in the meantime there is a very interesting message that you are going to have, and this message that you are going to have, it's also going to make you aware of a certain possibility, and then you're going to realize, oh my Lord, if I didn't like know this, I would never go for this possibility. And then suddenly you're going to become very, very happy, because you will want to embrace the blessings of life. You know, this is exactly why you're going to be so happy, because as soon as you become aware of that possibility later on, you're going to be ecstatic, and that's how you're going to feel, because you're going to be able to embrace the blessing on life. This in itself is going to have such an amazing impact on your life. You are going to feel like you're having a rebirth here, and that means that you're at the same time going to be able to let go of the ties that bind you. You know, that did bind you for so long. So you see what I mean? So you're going to be so happy and ecstatic, because you will know that you will be able to embrace the blessing on life. And even more so, this is going to have such a powerful impact on your life when it comes to you feeling like you're having a rebirth here, like literally, purely because you will be able to let go of the ties that bind. So this in itself is going to be a way to a much more peaceful and much more calmer life, especially when it comes to you going towards the actual safety Absolutely brilliant indeed. Trust me, you will know exactly what I mean here. Okay, the next important date, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's going to be on the actual 22nd of August. You have to be so smart, so clever, which you already are anyway. But you know, on the 22nd of August, you must not make this mistake. You will be dealing with something emotional. You will hear something which is going to drain your energy a little bit. It's nothing to do with you, but what are you going to hear? It's to do with somebody who's very close to you, like the best friend or a family member, something that they're struggling with so much, and you were aware of this for a while, and it's almost as if certain people are doing something to somebody who you really care about, somebody who you really love, and you've been aware of this for a while. And so that's why you're gonna feel a little bit emotional when you hear that what somebody has done to somebody who you really love. But this is on one hand not going to surprise you, but it is gonna make you feel like a little bit angry. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's nothing like a major horrible, but it's like really quite bad as well. And you knew this, you were aware of this before, so it's like kind of you're gonna be more kind of nervous around the time, only because you have so much information about it. You had so much information about it already. You were aware of this from before, so you're gonna hear something that someone has done to somebody who you really love. And this is going to be on your mind. You're going to be so angry, but there is nothing you can do at this stage but just to give an advice to this person. You've been advising this person perfectly, so that's what's needed. That's all you can do, is to give an advice to this person, because if you go to speak to people who are doing something to that person, that would be the worst thing that you could possibly do. But then you know this, you would just make things worse anyway. But the reason why I say this is because this is going to be on your mind on the 22nd of August, because you have to be like pretty much so very mature, and you have to be very mature with what you're going to be dealing with on the 22nd of August, because already you're going to be dealing with something where you are going to need to do something that you don't want to do, that you don't feel like is the right thing to do, but is the only way out of the situation that you're going to be dealing with, okay, on the 22nd of August. So that's exactly what you need to do, what is going to be on your mind and what is the only way out. But this situation with your friend or a family member is going to make you feel angry, so it's just a reminder to not to make a mistake here, to do with you what you wanted to initially do, and you will know what the right thing is when it comes to your situation and what you're going to be dealing with, okay? You will know what the right thing is going to be, but you don't want to do something wrong just because you will be kind of a little bit emotional at that moment in time. So you just kind of need to kind of ground yourself and recenter yourself a little bit, and that's how you're gonna deal with this obstacle exactly. This is gonna lead towards you kind of like a really kind of at the same time within the next few days after that moment in time, you know, you are going to really kind of, you know, feel a great determination and initiative, and you're going to feel like such an activity, and they're going to be like all sorts of ideas on your mind that are all sorts of ideas are going to be on your mind, all sorts of realizations. Like there are a couple of paths that are actually going to come out of this, and this is the direct result of you doing the right thing by being mature on the 22nd of August. So it's about being mature on the 22nd of August and not making an impulsive mistake, and few days later you are going to become aware of two new paths, and both of them are gonna be just as important to take on, but one of them is gonna be almost urgent, and another one you can do it step by step. Don't worry, this is gonna be absolutely obvious indeed. indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous labradorite. Absolutely beautiful. Look at how stunning this crystal is. And this is going to help you a lot along the way to be more spiritual throughout August, September, October, and November. But it's also at the same time going to help you to break negativity within yourself, and it's going to help you to protect yourself against negativity from the world, you know. So this is also quite very, very handy to have. So you just prevent like a negative energies whatsoever from coming towards you, let alone affecting you or your mind in any way. So this gorgeous labradorite comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The third important date, my gorgeous Virgolini, is going to be on the 31st of August. Here you need to understand how important this new idea, you are going to have a new idea here. You are going to have a new idea here. And this new idea that you are going to have, it's going to happen at a time when you are going to be doing something spiritual, something that you haven't done in a while. Maybe you're going to be smudging your home again. Maybe you're going to be using some kind of crystals. Maybe you will be playing with your tarot cards. Maybe you will visit some kind of spiritual community or a spiritual group. But there is something spiritual that you're going to be doing, and you're going to be really enjoying yourself. And it's something that you haven't done in absolute ages. And then you're going to have this idea is going to be this new idea. This new idea is going to be so important because it's also like kind of going to bring new alliances into your life, but it's also going to bring somebody very, very special into your life as well. Some really, really unique person who is going to make a really huge impact on your life. This in itself, it's also like this new idea that you are going to have. It's going to help you to set yourself free. This is so important because this new idea, it's also you're gonna realize that this is something so wise for you to do, because it's gonna be so important for you to make your life so much more practical. But at the same time, you know, you're gonna realize how many things are still holding you back, holding you down. And this new idea, it's really kind of gonna be the moment in time when you will understand that this is literally going to set you free. It's about you knowing what to do when it comes to realignment, you know, but also it's to do when it comes to you dedicating yourself, you know, to some kind of a challenges here. But you need to understand that these challenges that you're going to dedicate yourself to are also going to be in as little as 9 weeks time. In 9 weeks time already, you will start to reap rewards indeed. So you need to understand also, when it comes to that new idea, there is so much more to it. Why? Because that new idea, it's also like the very special and sacred journey. It's going to start here, where you're going to realize, oh my God, that your life is a sacred gift. I mean, how beautiful this is, because after this moment in time, so much is going to change in the best possible way. You're going to start coming out of yourself. You're going to start coming off your comfort zone. And now at this time, at this stage of your life, once you come out of your comfort zone, everything is going to seem different. Like, oh my God, so much for you to do, so much for you to discover. It's like amazing. And now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. It's so important. Something that you have been maybe arguing about, something that you have been struggling with, something that you both have been arguing about for the last 3 months. There was a problem that you both couldn't agree on. And every single time when that problem came up, you would go on one side, your partner would go on the other side, and it would be left absolutely unresolved. So now this annoying, silly problem, it's going to be resolved, okay? It's to do with the conclusion that you are going to have, but it's also to do with an important compromise. And all this is going to happen only because right at the beginning of August, one of your friends or one of your family members, you're going to become aware of their idea, and this is really going to inspire you. It's like, oh my God, this idea that this person who means to both of you so much, this idea is going to inspire you quite a lot, and that in itself is going to lead towards you understanding that now it's time to start moving on. So it's about this conclusion and compromise that you are going to have, which you're going, because you're going to be so inspired. And now this is going to like really highlight your both desires, and it's also going to make you so determined, you know, because you need to understand that it's to do with a certain goal, but this goal, it's all for both of you, something that means to you so much, but this is also a really, really intelligent choice as well. You've been struggling for the last 3 months because both of you knew what you wanted to do, and that in itself has put you in like a little box, like the time is passing by and the life is passing by, and you're both not doing something that's so important to both of you, and almost as if you're both gonna have this very interesting realization how the negativity maybe just a little bit started to dominate your life just because of that. So this is gonna be brilliant. And you're both as a partners, you know, you will be going somewhere. You will be going somewhere from mid-August towards the end of August. You will be going somewhere. There is some kind of amazing journey that you are going to go on. And there is something that you're both going to experience once you go to this once you go to this journey. There is something that you're both going to experience. And what you're both going to experience, it's also going to like really kind of make you aware of something that you both didn't know when it comes to like the certain option or a certain opportunity. This is the time when things are going to become very, very interesting for the both of you, because you are going to realize exactly what you are both missing in your life. Okay, once that happens, you're not going to be able to stop thinking about this whatsoever, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. And when it comes to those of you who are single and ready to mingle, oh my God, there is someone so amazing about to walk into your life at around the time when you are going to become aware of some kind of accomplishment. You know, at around the 24th of August, this is going to happen at around the 24th of August when somebody is going to walk into your life. But this is also going to happen at around the time when you are going to become aware of an accomplishment that you've actually had. But this is going to be something really private, and this is also going to be something that you wouldn't normally talk to anybody or everybody, just to the certain people in your life. I'm trying to say that at around the 24th of August, you are really going to come across this very, very confident person, very gorgeous person, and there is going to be like pretty much so, first of all, you're going to come across this person and you are really going to like the way this person looks like, and that person is also going to like the way you look like, because that person is going to notice you first. That person is going to be looking at you. That person is going to be paying attention to you, and first of all, it's going to irritate you to start with, because you're going to become paranoid. What are they staring at me for? But then you're going to realize, oh la la, there is something very, very special about that person. You're just going to need a little bit of extra time in order to kind of feel and sense this energy and vibration what this person is bringing into your life. And that's how it's going to start, slowly but surely. First of all, you're going to come across one another, and then you're going to come across one another again after that, and then you're going to come across one another again after that, and then you're going to have a conversation. And that conversation that you're going to have is just going to happen in the silliest of ways. You know, either you will like kind of do something to get an attention from that person, or that person is going to do something in order to gain an attention from you, but it's going to happen in such a cute little way, the way you're going to start talking. And then the more you talk, the more you're going to feel kind of attractive to one another. And I really like this quite a lot. And that person is also going to really influence you to make some kind of a readjustment as well, something to do with some kind of a family problem or a family family matter, you know, something to do with a family problem or something like that. This person is really going to inspire you. Maybe they will say something where you're going to be able to recognize your own situation, and one thing is going to lead into another. But you need to understand that this is someone really, really special, someone who is going to change your life in the best possible way, someone who's going to make a huge impact on your life. But it's not going to happen overnight. Sorry, it's not going to happen straight away, you know. And this is the sign of a really great relationship coming towards you. You know, the best relationships need to happen when we start at the beginning and we work our way up. Not, you know, what people make mistakes all the time. People start at the end, and then if you start a relationship at the end, you jump in the bed straight away. You start at the end, that there is nowhere to work after that moment in time, because you started at the end. You can't start at the end. So this is why this is important, and the longer it takes, the better it's actually going to be. My God, my gorgeous Virgolini, you've been waiting for this one for a while, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.